Albany County is home to over 20,000 veterans that our Veterans Service Bureau assists every year. And every vet has his or her own story, a unique story. And that's why this event is so very important, so that we can hear about those stories directly. This is the 21st event like this that we've had since 2013. Since Daniel P. McCoy became county executive, one of his top priorities has been to recognize and to thank our veterans while you are still here with us. I would like to thank County Executive McCoy for continuing this tradition. I'd also like to thank him for his service to our country and acknowledge that he is still active in the National Guard and has served for over 36 years.
Three lives, three eras, one unbroken spirit of courage, humility, and devotion. As we gather in their honor, may we each reflect on what it means to serve, not just in uniform, but in life. May their examples remind us that the strength of a nation is built not only by those who fight for it, but by those who continue to serve once the fighting is done.
To these veterans to my left, in front of you, we owe each of them on stage and all of those who have served a debt of gratitude. It takes immense amount of courage to put that uniform and to serve our nation to protect its freedoms and values.
Colonel Armbruster personifies the citizen soldier concept of the New York Army National Guard, how we're members of our community as well as soldiers in the greatest army in the world. Colonel Armbruster deployed twice in service to her country. She was also a highly successful special victims detective in New Jersey. And not only that, but she provided mentorship, guidance, and leadership in a highly technical career field in the New York Army National Guard, mentoring and guiding many officers and non-commissioned officers for many years, and I'm one of them.
While the foundational principles of mission, duty, loyalty, along with supporting and defending the Constitution were deeply important to me and fundamentally shaped my character, it was the people I served with who truly motivated me to keep serving. The National Guard uniquely brings together individuals from all walks of life, forging bonds and lifelong friendships that would otherwise be impossible. This became more apparent and deeply personal after our nation was attacked on 9/11, where we immediately went from training in domestic operations to protecting our nation during one of its most uncertain and challenging times. Serving in Iraq reinforced the true meaning of service and finding strength in unity. It also gave me a deeper appreciation for freedom, peace, and the responsibility to uphold and protect those values no matter where duty calls.
My father's always been an example of moving forward through the chaos of life around him, keeping steady and true to the love of his fellow man, serving those around him while not losing himself in what matters. Dad joined the United States Navy in 1965, served aboard the USS Enterprise CVN 65. From 68 to 69, he supported our troops off the coast of Vietnam, quietly doing one of the most complex and demanding jobs in the Navy, keeping the Enterprise's nuclear systems running so others could fly, fight, and return home safely.
I went into the Navy 2 weeks after graduating high school, Fisher High School. The recruiters recommended that I try for the nuclear power program. After Bainbridge, I was stationed in West Milton, New York, working on a prototype nuclear reactors. We started them up and shut them down and studied every system. Now, in 1968 and 69 is when I went to Vietnam, and 2 times there was the Pueblo got captured, and up in Korea, and Pueblo got captured in 1968, and then in 69 the U-2 got shot down.
So at one point when they were training in Hawaii, they were loading bombs. This was a hard part of his service. They're loading bombs on the ship, blew a hole through the hull, right through his head that he was, his bathroom, basically.
And then 30 people died in the accident, and about 100 people got really hurt. It's been a long journey from a small town kid curious about physics to a sailor aboard a nuclear carrier to a life built around family, faith, and service. I'm grateful to have shared that journey with my wife, my children, and my community.
Nicholas Papazlizio was just 16 when World War II started. In 1943, his draft notice arrived shortly after his 18th birthday. Nicholas was then shipped out to San Diego. There he served aboard a tender as part of Ordnance Division of Carrier Air Service Unit 22. The highlight of his time with Cashew 22 was retrieving survivors from the sinking of the USS Princeton during the Battle of the Leyte Gulf. After several shakedown and training cruises up and down the East Coast, the USS Boxer sailed through the Panama Canal en route to Korea, with a stop in San Diego. This is where Nick received news that he had acquired enough points for discharge. With the completion of his military service and unable to find work in one of the many non-existent torpedo stores in New York City, Nicholas returned to his job at Boulevard Watch. But his service to his community was just getting started. After 2 years in the police department, he opted to work for the fire department and worked in the bureaus of New York City. In 1971, Nicholas became a member of Rescue 4, one of the 5 special units inside the FDNY. If you have the opportunity to talk with Nick or any other veteran, you should avail yourself of that opportunity. You may never know how much even a short conversation can mean. Life can get lonely for the older veterans, but this is also true for some of our younger warriors when they leave the service. There is a quote in one of Matthew Roselle's books: "Dying for your country isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. Being forgotten is."
I'm not one for ceremonies. I've had some, but, and the only thing is, the service was, as a young fellow at 18, 17, it was like but now, when I was in the fire department, when 9/11, my whole unit was wiped out. But I had just retired, and I went back, and then I realized that the guy up there, I guess, must know something, and so anyway, we got away with it, and here I am, going to be 100, and these people are coming out for me.
Gotta say, I'm very proud to be here and have an opportunity to honor all 3 of our veterans today. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing us to honor you. It means the world to all of us. So on behalf of Albany County Executive Dan McCoy in my office, just thank you for your service. Welcome home, all you guys do.